Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Windham Professionals from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying their debt at all. So if that's you, or even if it's somebody that you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I want to start by saying that this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. If, for example, you know or you believe that Windham Professionals or any of the other accounts on your credit report are the result of identity theft, or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf, zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or if no issues like that exist and you just want the accounts removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. You can call us today. Our number will be in the description area below. And with that, I want to go through the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one, really important: can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Windham Professionals? I put this one at the top of the list because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen, and it makes sense because few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And unfortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million. It doesn't matter. You will not be arrested or get jail time for the amount. So now let's get into who is Windham Professionals and why are they on your credit report. So they are what's referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts, like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? So here's an example. Let's imagine that you, for whatever reason, have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Windham Professionals could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which gives them a 10x return on their investment. So yeah, these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is, I would say, the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, the problem with that is that, and people don't know this, is that paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying a debt could even hurt your score. Now, in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters, call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. And I want to say, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Next question here is, should you negotiate a settlement with Windham Professionals? This is a good question. And I look at it this way. Settling your debt with Windham Professionals depends on your goal. All right. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Okay. Because, as I mentioned before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time. Okay. Instead, we always recommend that you work with an expert like us to review these accounts for you. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts can be removed. And this is a win-win, right? You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. So how do you remove Windham Professionals from your credit report? A good follow-up. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. That's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it. It's good information to have, but just be prepared that you may be spending weeks, maybe months, really learning how to do it properly. However, the other option is you could hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way you can ensure that it's done properly the first time. You can save that extra time, and we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Windham Professional accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Windham Professionals to stop calling you? Yeah, as I mentioned before, if Windham Professionals calling is just their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason they'll stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Okay. Will Windham Professionals try suing or garnishing my wages? So Windham Professionals suing is unlikely, first and foremost. It can and does happen, but truly in our experience, it's rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win. It's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Windham Professionals? Okay, so you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Windham Professionals has purchased. Windham Professionals is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. These acts can seem a little complicated, I get it, but the bottom line is they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. You can call us today. We can discuss your options, and you'll see our number is in the description once again. And with that, that's all I have for you. So thanks so much for watching.